So, plain white flour. It looks completely innocuous, doesn't it? But this bad boy is actually responsible for a lot of heartache and pain. And if you come with me, I will explain why. But keep that one there in mind, plain white flour. So what is plain white flour, Janine? Do you know? I doubt it. Basically, to make plain white flour, what you have to do is you have to start with the grain, okay? And the grain has three parts: the germ, the endosperm, and the bran. Center, middle, and outer. Now, each of those parts contains some kind of nutrients. So the germ contains good fats, the endosperm, the middle bit, contains the proteins and the carbs, and the outside, the bran, contains the fiber. Now, follow me, Janine, before we get caught. Now, what happens is that when you make brown flour or wholemeal flour, you take the whole grain and you basically grind it all up. When you make white flour, what you do is you take the outer bit and the inner bit away, the bran and the germ. You're just left with the white endosperm, okay? And that creates white flour. Because the bran and the germ are brown, when you grind them together with the endosperm, you get brown flour. If you take the brown bits out, what do you get? White flour. Now, why would you want white flour? Well, it's milder, okay? It looks better, and it's also shelf stable, meaning if you make something with white flour, it can basically stay on for a lot longer, which is what all the food companies want, okay? It sounds perfect, but the problem is when you take away the bran and you take away the germ, you take away the lion-sized chunk of the nutrition, and you're left with, yes, something that's shelf stable, but you're also left with something that is nutritionally bankrupt, okay? White bread, pizza dough, baked products, cereals, okay? All of these things have zero nutritional benefit, which is why when you are eating food, you want to stick to whole grain products. In every tiny grain, every single component that it takes for life to thrive, you have fats, proteins, carbs, you have vitamins, minerals, and enzymes. In every single grain, you have everything you need to flourish. When you take part of that stuff away, yes, you might create something that is more shelf stable, you might create something that's more convenient, you might create something that is more easy to sell, that's more profitable, but you take away the components of the food that basically prolong and make life thrive. So you take away the stuff that God, or whoever made this earth, put in that grain in order to make us healthier, which is ultimately, that is what food is all about, to basically renew and replenish life, not to put on the shelf to make more money. White flour, that is the ground zero of a lot of the health problems you see today, because white flour, milled white flour, is what has made the fast processing food, all white breads, white pastas, it's made everything possible. Follow me, Janine. If you look here, in food, we see the same pattern repeating again and again and again. You get something natural, like a grain. A man comes along and says, hang on a minute, I can make something a lot more profitable if I take half of it out. He goes and does it. He messes with nature. He creates hell on earth.